Today I'm going to show you how to use your Japa beads and your Japa bag. So let's get started. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm showing you my Japa bag with my Japa counter. The Japa beads are inside, and I'm just going to give you a brief run through. So your Japa beads should never be touching the ground or going into places such as the bathroom. You never want to count on your head bead. This is called your head bead or your Krishna bead. You don't want to count on this bead. You just want to be counting on these beads here. The basic holding position for these beads is like this, as if you were holding a pencil. Most people would hold a pencil this way, so that's how I usually hold my beads. But sometimes you see some devotees actually hold their beads this way and chant. And basically the whole key is you keep your index finger away from the beads, and you chant away from the beads, and you pull like this. Or if you're doing it this way, pull this way. These other fingers in the back will be supporting the rest of the beads here. You don't want to grab too tight so as not to be able to pull farther ahead. But you just loosely grab the back end of the beads and pull as such. As I said, you don't count on the head bead, so when you complete one round, which is equal to 108 beads, so all these beads, one round, come back to this end, and let's say you're here. You just finished one round. So you don't want to just jump over and go to this side and start chanting. And you don't want to chant on this bead, so we turn back around and go the other way. We usually start actually on the big side and go towards the small side when we first start chanting. So on our first round, we go from the big to the small, and on the way back, we go from small to big. Okay? So that's the basics of chanting. So now we're going to see it in action in the bead bag. Okay, so now we have our bead bag, which is perfect because it has a hole in the front. You can see here, here's the hole in the front. This is where your index finger goes. So you stick your index finger through there, and the rest is, you probably won't be able to see it, but the rest of your hand holds it just like as I was showing you outside. So we'd chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra once for one bead. So I'm on the first bead, so I could have showed this to you outside of the bag, but I'll show it to you like this. So chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then move to your next bead. So inside I've just moved to my second bead. So I'm going to chant the next one. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. What's the next bead? Right? So that's what I've done. And that's what it looks like inside my bead bag. So once I've completed the one round and I've come back to the Krishna bead on the other side, I can now use my Japa counter. This will let me, actually, I'll show you right here. Once I've completed the round, I can use the Japa counter and move the bead down to the end to say that I've completed one round. And do the same for each consecutive round. So when we're chanting Japa, we also want to know what we're meditating on. So we're going to meditate first on the words. We want to be able to try to pronounce Krishna clearly. We want to be able to pronounce Hare clearly. We want to pronounce Rama clearly. So the entire time, Hare Krishna and Rama, we want to pronounce as clearly as possible and just listen, just very carefully listen. And that is Japa Meditation 101. Hare Krishna.